And has it got traction control?
Yeah.
And is it on?
It's on at the minute.
Do we need it? Yeah, let's turn it off man. Yeah boy, sick Astra in the house. Look at this. Morning to you sir.
Good morning.
How you doing man? These are cool man, and I think I'm right in saying this is probably the first Vauxhall we've ever had on the channel, which is random because I do like Vauxhall. I wouldn't have a license for more than 2 days if I owned this car, honestly. This is fast, guys. Oh. Let's have a quick little look. Pretty sizable turbo, I see, Grant.
GTX 3071R from Pulsar.
Pulsar, who I'm actually sponsored by, so I'm going to chuck Pulsar's Instagram down here. Forged pistons from factory.
Yeah.
So change the con rods.
That's it, got pec rods.
Okay, fair play.
Bottom end's fully balanced.
What can it rev to?
7,500.
Manifold is a GSP.
Yep. So Darren Dewhurst, I think his name is. Garden Shed Performance.
What size is the external wastegate?
44mm.
44mm. And then how much boost are you running?
26.
26 psi, so quite a lot of boost. It's like about 1.7, 1.8 bar.
Yep.
How much horsepower?
500.
500, so it's quick.
Yeah.
And how much did these come with from the factory?
236.
That's mad. So you're more than double the horsepower.
That's it. Yeah.
Obviously, you've got a front-mounted intercooler, which we can see down here. Who makes
So
that?
that's from Airtech.
Intake manifold, you were saying, was a
Claassen.
Ram air filter, oil cooler.
No oil cooler. It's just got the factory one.
Temps sort of stay
Yes.
reasonable. You don't get sort of like mad hot oil temps.
No.
Injectors, you were saying, are 1000cc.
Yep. From R&D Motorsport.
Okay, and an uprated fuel pump.
That's the ASNU 255.
Okay, so kind of like similar to sort of like the Walbro 255.
Yeah. Stock fuel rail. It's stock ECU, just with Courtney's and Claassen's software.
Who mapped it, Grant?
So that's Courtney Sport. Ratty up.
I was saying to Grant as well, I remembered in the old days I used to have this pretty mad, what I thought was pretty fast Evo, and then suddenly all these mad Astras and Corsa VXRs started turning up and literally leaving us for dead. So these cars can be pretty quick if you sort of put the money in the right places. Radiator, you were saying, is actually standard. Yeah. Giz Motorsport, fan and shroud. Oil catch can over here as well.
I think that's an AliExpress special.
Last but not least, you've also got a set of uprated cams in there as well.
That's it, the turbo camshafts from Claassen Motorsport.
Okay. What's it like getting the power down? I see you've got a set of AD08 tyres. You've got LSD?
Yep, M Factory helical diff.
Okay, and that makes it just a little bit better to sort of stop it one wheel peeling and...
That's it.
Wheels and tyres. These are actually Team Dynamic 1.2s.
Yep.
Which is what I've got on my Escort. Very, very cool Motorsport wheel. 888s all round. 245, 40, 18. So on the back, 225, 40. And what about the brakes? I'm taking that's standard rear calipers and discs.
Yep, standard on the back, just braided lines.
And how's the I mean, like we said before, these were not that slow from factory, so the brakes had to be pretty decent.
I've never thought I need any more brake.
What size is the exhaust all the way through?
So 3-inch all the way through.
3-inch, okay. And you've actually got a sports cat as well.
Legal.
Suspension wise, we've got Bilstein B4s, which is actually a really nice shock absorber, kind of like a sort of OEM plus setup.
That's it, yeah.
And what springs?
DAP, Lauren springs. It's just got a white line rear anti-roll bar.
Oh, nice.
Back, white line rear axle bushes and caster correction bushes.
Okay, cool. And then what about the bodywork?
Bodywork is pretty much standard. Got a CM composites front bumper, some rear carbon spats.
That I'm taking it is just a standard VXR spoiler.
Yep.
What's kind of different between this and like a sort of regular Astra? Obviously you've got centre exit exhaust. Are the rear bumpers different and stuff?
Rear bumpers are different. I think the XP ones do come with the top spoiler.
And I will say that these seats, these are standard factory seats. They're really buckety, aren't they? Recaros as well, which is pretty sweet.
Slightly chunkier steering wheel and gear knob for the VXRs. Okay. It's all standard.
Just to give it a sort of slightly nicer feel. 5-speed?
6-speed.
Can they take the power?
No, they're not, Greg. No. I actually put a new box in under warranty. at the last place I worked at.
Ah, okay.
So
You were saying you actually used to work for Vauxhall.
so I used to work for Vauxhall, yeah. So got a nice brand new box.
A mad story as well. Grant went to get a job at Vauxhall. He walked into the dealership to get a job and ended up buying a car.
That's it.
Integrated sort of boost gauge in here. It goes up to 30 psi, and you're probably on what, 27, 28. So it's right at the top of the gauge. What's the mileage on the car?
101,000 now.
Okay, and then what was it? Brand new when you bought it?
No, it's on 44,000.
Okay. So what's your MPG, Grant? Let's have a look.
Not too sure, to be honest.
Average consumption.
Oh, not too bad.
So that's 27.4 miles per gallon.
It's saying so.
Yeah, that's
I'm
not
sure
bad,
I believe
man. You've been driving like a granny.
That's it.
We've got leather here as well, nice bit of stitching. It's a 2-door. There's not actually a massive amount of space, is there? I mean, you could you could put your nippers in there, but you couldn't kind of drive to the south of France 4 up.
No, definitely not.
That's a brief little outlay of the car. I've tried to go into a little bit more detail. Some of, like my mate at the pub always says that I kind of go too quickly into John action. So yeah, let us know if you've liked that sort of technical breakdown a bit more, or if you want to see John action quicker next time. Let us know. That's for you, sir.
Thank you.
That's 10 horsepower. Available on monkeylondon.com, as is this beautiful jumper. Do a buy, receive the power. Oh, this sounds really good, man. Jesus. Oh, God, man, what the hell, man? This is the loudest compressor surge I've literally ever heard, man. And has it got traction control?
Yeah.
And is it on?
It's on at the minute.
Do we need it?
I normally run with it on, but we can turn it off.
Yeah, let's turn it off, man. So we haven't got like any electronic aids kind of messing about with it.
There we go.
And what do these cars weigh?
I'm not sure, maybe 1,200.
1,200, 1.2 tons. Okay, it's not.
That's a rough guess, but
massive amount. Yeah. So a little second gear pull for you guys. 3.5 pounds. Put the power down, and once you get some heat into these AD08s, they do start to grip up, don't they?
yeah.
Sweating now. Everyone's sweating. Honestly, guys, next level. I know I keep saying how quick this is, but this is a serious bit of kit. This. I'm just going to do a little launch for you guys, show you what it's like to get it off the ground. License for more than 2 days if I owned this car, honestly, and I'd have absolutely zero MPG as well. And then Grant, just run me through, like if the audience are watching and they're interested in buying, not maybe a modified one, but like a standard one, how much can you pick up a VXR of this era? What sort of prices are they going?
I think pretty cheap, I reckon 4 grand.
Okay.
So not a lot of money, really.
It's quite good value for money, aren't they? Yeah. Give you guys some turbo noises. Man, this is one of the top sounding car reviews I've done to this day. I'll give it credit, Ian's RS fantastic sounding car. I'm a big fan of JZs and RBs, but this is up there with the best of them, man. That's quick, bro. That's gotta be. I think that was a 5. Oh, this car is next level. I can't stop saying that. Further 30 out of 10, bro. Oh, awesome. Seriously, it's top score.
Thank you.
Because it is just exhilarating. Yeah, okay, you know, it does move about a little bit, but you got to know what you're doing to drive it. But it's just the sound, the power delivery, the pops and the bangs. Yeah, this is sick. Car, man. I noticed a lot of you guys as well asking in the audience what blow off valve is making that noise. It hasn't got a blow off valve, so this is basically it's compressor surge noise. It's not the turbo spinning backwards, it's literally just the air getting chopped and going back through the intake. That's why you get all the mad noises. And it's not really that bad for the turbos. Yes, it can make the turbo slightly more responsive when you're getting on the gas, but we've been running turbos like this for donkey's years without issues. You can maybe argue you might lose a couple thousand miles out of 100,000 miles or something, but really the longevity isn't really affected. We have got a 2,000 horsepower Lamborghini, it's not an Aventador, is it? It's a Hurricane coming up, which is owned by a very cool guy called Buzzy Singh. I'm going to put his Instagram down here. Make sure you give him a cheeky little follow. Go onto his Instagram and just type in ML, letters ML, just to know that we're thinking about him, just to make sure we can get this legally binding review going, because I need to be driving some 2,000 horsepower goodness. And I'd love to hear from you guys in the audience as well. If you've got any Vauxhall fans, or if you've ever kind of harped over Vauxhalls or had any cool experiences with them, or owned them in the past, feel free to put some comments down there. It'd be really nice if we can kind of extract some of the Vauxhall club and get them out onto the into the comment section and see what you guys are all about. This is actually a jump. Depends how brave you are. That's gonna jump.
Oh god.
he's like no jumps, and I'm like, bro, we're jumping, man. Mr. Grant, fist bumps, man. Honestly, like I said, 30 out of 10. This car is next level. I don't think I've ever laughed, sweated, and cried so much in a car review. But yeah, massive fan of these VXRs. Obviously, I do like the older Novas and stuff and the old Corsas. Yeah, now I've been in one of these kind of newer VXRs, I really see what they're all about. So yeah, hats off to the Vauxhalls. I'm going to chuck Grant's Instagram down here if you guys want to give him a little follow and follow the progress of his build. I'm sure he'd really appreciate any love and support. Before we go as well, I kind of mentioned in the YouTube community section that for whatever reason, don't want to go into the ins and outs of why my videos don't get views. But yeah, we don't have a particularly good algorithm, which actually makes it financially quite difficult for me to make dollars. I know you guys really want to get the content and really want to watch the videos, and I know you like to see more regular content, but it is difficult when I put so much time and effort into these reviews. So please, can you check out my Patreon? The lowest tier is $3 a month. It's £2, which is like the price of a Coca-Cola. So yeah, and collectively, the more of you I can get on there, the more regular I can make this content. So please, can you just consider my Patreon and see if you can give the channel a little helping hand. As I always say, make sure you give the video a like, put any comments down below, I'll do my best to get back to you, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Peace.
Tell me, I need to